Okay, now it's time to revalidate our RTK query. So we want to revalidate the caching. Okay, so now what is happening if we update some product, it's not taking immediate reflection. Say was updated, and I am reducing the stock. So what it will happen? It's not reflecting immediately. Okay, so if I refresh, then it will reflect. Okay, but it's not the better user experience. What we need, as we are using RTK query, Redux RTK query, so it's caching our data for some time, so we need to revalidate it. So before that, we need to know what is happening over here. So we need provided text and invalidated text. We need to provided text and invalidated text. So what is provided text? So provided text is used to label or tag data returned by a query endpoint. This tagging helps RTK query track where pieces of data are associated with it. Typically, it is used query endpoints. So provided text will use query endpoints. You see, this is query endpoints, build query. So what are the queries and what are the mutation? You need to know. So queries are used to fetch data from the server. They are read-only properties and modify data on the server. This provides code that query endpoints at those builder query. So builder query and builder mutation. So whenever you will see builder query, you will use provides text, and when you will see builder mutation, you will use invalidate stack. Okay, so you need to understand query and mutation and provided text and invalidate text. So invalidate text is used to mark certain text as stale or invalid. When a tag is invalidate, RTK query knows that any data associated with the tag needs to be refaced, typically using the query mutation functionality. When mutation is performed, invalidate text. So basically, if you can understand two things, query and mutation. In the query, you will use provided text, and in the mutation, you will use invalidate text. So these two things are very critical over here. So what we want to update the reflection immediately. Okay, so for that first of all, what we need to have tag types, declare tag types. Okay, so we should tag types. Okay, as it is product, so we need to declare it product. So this is tag types. So and with every you see, this is builder query. So as it is query, so what we will use provide text. Okay, I am showing you once again. In the query, we will use provide text. Provides text. Okay. Okay. Provide text and this product. And these two names must be same, otherwise it will not work. Product and product. And you see, it is also query. So in the query, we will use provide text. This is query. So we will use provide text. This is mutation. So here we will use. So here we will use invalid text. Okay, invalid text product. Okay, so in the query and mutation. Okay, so what is it? Query. So we need provide text. What is it? Query. So we need provide text. this is mutation, so we need invalid text. Where have you used invalidated text? This is there you used mutation. So this is also a mutation, so invalid text. So what is happening? So builder mutation will receive invalid text, and whatever the name you will provide, you have to give it over here. Say if you name it Shakil, you have to provide Shakil everywhere. So I think our caching the validation has been done and it will work properly. So let's see. So we wanna update React.js and we wanna get this reflection immediately. Updated, say it's 400. The stock is 400. Price is 400. Updated prices. It's reflecting immediately. So we are doing another thing. And say was updated. We just want to name it just was, nothing else. And its stock should be, price should be 450. You see, it's immediately updating. So similar way, we will do the similar things in the order API also. Okay, so we need to, so in the order, first of all we need to declare the tag type. Okay, tag types order. Okay, and what is it? It's mutation, so we need to use invalid text. Invalid text, what's his name? Name should be similar order. Okay, and it's also mutation, so I should use it here. It's also mutation, so it's query, but as it is query, I need to provide text. Provide text order provide text. It also provide text order. So we are done, and go to the transaction order. So if I wanna update something, say Node.js transaction, say delivered. So I need to create an order. Okay, I'm creating an order as everything is delivered, so I cannot show you. So instantly I'm creating an order with two products. Wow, three products. Okay, so I'm applying coupon codes. So new order is created. and in the transaction we will see it's processing. Okay, so this is the recent product, it's processing, but everything is delivered. So I wanna make it shipped. You see, shipped instantly, we're getting the update. So if I go processing, instantly it's updating delivered. So I wanna delete it. So product is deleting immediately. Boom. So we are receiving everything. So these things are very important. Remember that when you will see query endpoints, I mean builder query, then use provide text whenever you will see builder mutation, and you will use invalidate text. Okay, and what its purpose and uses and functionality, you can read it from here. So thank you very much. Everything is working perfectly, but we cannot do it in the user is because we have not used more for most of the endpoints. We did not used RTKquery. That's why. So if you can do this, so you it's a task to you. Apply that and implement that. So you if you can do that, so you are also able to do that, because most some of the APIs are called directly, not by a RTKquery. That's why it's not possible everywhere. But if you get the call through RTKquery like product or order, then you can invalidate text or apply cache revalidation, because RTKquery, whenever something happens, they validate, they keep it caching for 600 seconds maybe. So if you want to get update immediately, you have to provide text or invalidate text. You have to use provides text and invalidate text. Okay, and I show you where you use which one. Thank you very much. If you don't understand, let me know. I will make explanatory video again if needed. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. Now it's time to Dockerize our app. So first of all, we make Docker codes YML file. So you have to write Docker file. So spelling is important, and first letter should be D, capital D. And if you write this name perfectly, you will see the Docker sign if you have the VS Code extension. So for that, first of all, what we need use node version 20. I will explain you what I am writing remains. So for that, from node 20. After that, we need set working directory, and it should be workdir app. Then what we need copy package.json and package log.json. Package log.json. Okay, so copy package all JSON. So I have the explanation, no worries if you don't understand. So what I am writing, so copy package, this copy package log JSON file from your local machine to the app directory to the container. This file contains metadata about your project and its dependencies. Afterwards we will use copy. So this copies will all the files from your local machine current directory to the app directory to the container. Essentially, it copies your entire application code base into the container. Then we will create expose. This inform dockers that container listen on port. This is front end, but if we backend, it will now 9000 at runtime. This is the port your Node.js application will be running on. Note that expose does not publish the port to the host machine. It just serves as a documentation and potential configuration for linked containers. Okay, so afterwards what we need install dependencies. run npm install. Copy rest of the application. Copy rest of the application. Expose the port the app runs on. Expose 5173. This is not 5173. This is backend, so it 9000. Okay, this is 9000. And finally, what we need start the app. cmd npm run dev. So this is our backend. Now go to the front end. So in the front end, you have to create a Docker file. So after that, what we need, you need to use Node version 20 image, and from Node 20 set working directory work directory app. Then copy package. We can, most of the things are very similar, so we can copy the backend Docker file over here. We have copied the front-end Docker file over here, and have the necessary changes over here, and it should be 5173. So now it's time to create the Docker compose file. Okay, so from the Docker compose, and you have to write the file like that way. Should not be a spelling mistake, and follow this format: dockers compose.yml. Okay, so file should be like that. Okay, so first of all, we are giving the version 3.8, say, and services and first service is the front end. Okay, and container name container name MERN frontend. Okay, build, it will build the Docker build from context frontend. Dot frontend means what is the file. If it dot frontend, it will reach up to frontend. Okay, so build, then ports 5173 5173 5173. So why I'm using two things over here, I have the explanation over here. So this first one, container port right side, So this is the left side and this is the right side. So left side is the port of the host machine. So your machine, I mean your laptop or desktop, and this is the port. Right side is the port application inside the container. So this is for container and this is for your host machine. Okay, it will synchronize. Okay, then port, then what we need, env file. Env file will be from frontend dot env. So this is frontend dot env, frontend dot env. Okay, from there it will take the file, env file, and it depends on indentation is very important over here. If you cannot match indentation, it will throw error. Backend, then networks, MERN network, then services frontend. After that we need backend services. Okay, backend. Okay, backend. Then most of the things are very similar, so that's why I'm copying. Okay, and it should be MERN backend. MERN backend. And context should be MERN backend, and ports should be 9000. These two ports should be similar, otherwise it will not work. Yes, 9000. We have 9000 over here, and here backend.env, backend.env. Okay, network, MERN network. This is MERN network, this is MERN network, and every network will be same. Okay, depends on, no need depends on, it depends on Mongo. We'll create another service named Mongo. Okay, and anything is needed, indentation, services, front end. So you see the front end and back end is the same indentation, rest of the things are same indentation, and we need another service, and that is Mongo. I'm giving a space Mongo and its image name Mongo. Okay, network, env file, env file should be like that. Okay, and networks, MERN network, and you see MERN network should be here. You see this is MERN network, this is MERN network, this is MERN network. This will maintain communication with the same name within our three services, and I have the explanation. So the drive bridge configure, a network should be bridge. The name of the network is bridge. The drive bridge configuration creates an isolated network, a virtual LAN, to your container. This allows containers to communicate with each other by their service name, frontend, backend, and Mongo, which isolate the form of the network. Okay. Then what we need, networks, MERN networks, MERN network, and driver breeze driver. Okay, networks and indentation is problematic. It should be the service indentation. Okay, I think we are done. And before that, in the front end, I want to see you, this is very important. See, in the package.json, you need to include this host. uh, Please be serious over here, otherwise it will throw error. I previously it was only byte, but you have to use byte dot host. Okay, and in the byte config file, you have to use server host true, otherwise it may throw error. Please include these two files in your front end, not back end, front end. Okay, so if now we run ours, so in the docker file, go to the docker file. So see the docker file, there is no container, there is no image over here, there is no volumes. There is no volumes, so everything is empty. Container empty, image empty, volume empty. Now we will create our docker, build our docker. So if you can understand everything, so this is the host machine port, this is container ports, and it will take the environment file from backend.env. This is very simple. By dot backend, it will go to the from this file. From this file, it will dot backend, dot frontend, then dot env. So if you don't understand, let me know. It depends on Mongo. So every networks are same name. You see networks are same name. MERN network, MERN network, MERN network. Okay. So by the similar name, the drive bridge configure creates isolated network virtual LAN for your container. This allows container to communicate. So this MERN network, it will communicate with three services: front end, back end, and Mongo. So let's go and build our Docker Compose file. So clear. So write Docker Compose app build. Let's see Docker Compose. If there is a spelling mistake, refers to the unidentified network, MERN network, invalid Compose project. Maybe there is a typo. MERN network. A problem in the indentation. So it has the indentation problem. So I hope this time it will work. So write down Docker Compose app. It has started. Let's see. And Docker desktop is, if you don't have this Docker desktop, you have to install it. So it will take little bit of time. I am pausing the video because it may take 5 to 10 minutes or sometimes less, plus minus. Afterwards I will come back. Okay, so Docker build is done, and our app is up and running from on Docker file, just on Docker file, and that is Docker Compose. Previously we have run the backend, front end, and run npm. 3 terminal would be needed, or at least 2, but right now from on Docker file, we are running our app. So our app is up and running from on Docker file. Okay, and you see we have the Docker images. We have 3 images, and we have one container, and inside the container we have In this configuration, we have the volume. So our app is up and running. So here indentation is very critical. If any type error or indentation problem, it will not work. So first of all, it's the best practice to copy and paste the Docker codes, try, run the app, gain confidence, and write by your own. This is the best practice, I think. So this is the finishing of our application. Our app is running from on Docker Compose, and only deployment is lagging behind. And I will deploy your app. You will get one-to-one support if you fail to deploy the app. I will support you through Google Meet or Zoom or anything else, or if needed, even by any desk. Okay, Zoom, Google Meet, any desk or Skype. I will show you your deployment. I will help you if you fail to deploy. So I have a plan to give you on video through Render and Netlify. So even though if you fail, I will support you one-to-one. No problem, no worries. You will get one-to-one support. So boom, our code is done, and our app is running from on Docker command file. Okay, Docker Compose up. Thank you very much. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and I will happy to answer your question. Thank you very much. See you soon. Okay, welcome back. Now it's time to create the deployment. So for deployment, we will use Render and Netlify. Okay. So before that, you have to create two repositories in the GitHub. One is for backend, another is for frontend. Okay. So I have created two repositories for deployment other than our main repositories. This is our main repository. You will get all the codes class wise over here, but not that. You have to create two repository. I have created two repositories. You see, name Udemy RTK MERN type is the frontend, and another is for backend. And what you need to go to the before that, after creating two repository, what you need to come to the render. Okay, render for backend, and as we are using free tier, so we'll come to render allows us to deploy the site. So backend we will use render, and front end we will use Netlify. Okay, so I have on site deployed already, so I will use what's its name, web service, and you choose it. So I have the repository connected. If you don't have, go to the configure account. Okay, then it will be easy. So front end we will use backend. Okay, select the repository. Okay, if they are automatically giving it a name, so we'll use language, I mean Node, branch main, Singapore, it's okay, root directory no need, build command. So I am taking idea from my previous successful deployment. So how the build command we used, npm install. Okay, so I am using it. It's already given. And start command nodemon, as it is a TypeScript project, so every TypeScript is rendering into the dist and transpile into a plain JavaScript. So that's why we need to use it. Okay, nodemon dist server.js. Okay, we are using free tier, and we have to use the env files. So for env files, what we need, we need so for env file we need Mongo username. I am using it, but don't giving the value, or give your own value. Mongo username, then Mongo password, then MongoDB name, then port, then secret, then stripe key. Okay, so now it's time to give the corresponding value. Okay, give your username, password, and everything. So I am adding it and go uh, go next steps. So I have set up the env variables, and now you need to. But one thing I want to say for safety purpose, when you create two repositories, test the repository whether run npm install and test the codes whether it is working or not. So if working in the local environment, so it will be safe to run in the cloud, I mean render or netlify. So we are done. Now it's time to secret file linked new environment group env render. This is render dashboard. Okay, so we are done. Node dist deploy the web service. So it will take some time and give you the log. So whether it will deploy it or not. If not, it will give you the logs. You have to solve this error, then it will be live. So for the best and pray to the Almighty, what will happen? Running build command npm install, no errors till time, uploading builds, deploying. I hope it seems good, symptoms are good. It will be deployed, I think. For the best, let's wait some time. It's taking a little bit of time. Okay, symptoms are good still. Your server is live, MongoDB connected, established. Boom. So we are successful. Bottom thing 404. Okay, let's go. This is our backend. Okay. Yeah, server health is okay. So our backend is working. You see, from this URL, you will get the URL. If you run server health, it's fine. That means our backend is working properly. Now it's time to go to the netlify and deploy our front end. Okay, so we have deployed our backend, but now it's time to deploy the front end. But our project is running smoothly, no problem. You see, this is our project. I am running it, and we don't have any console error. But when we try to deploy our app, it creates some problems. We have to solve this problem, otherwise it will problem. So I want to show you. If I run npm run build, so building is important to run your app, to deploy your app. So it will create several problems. So if you don't fix these problems, netlify will show this problem also. So it will hinder your deployment. So solving this problem is very important. So you have to solve these issues. Okay, so first problem is the type 0 export number banner data. So banner data is creating problem. So for that reason, we need some type declaration over here. In the types, go to the types. I have the codes. So we have the banner data. This is very easy for to satisfy the type script. We need to have this type script declaration. So banner data is discount title, and banner data problem is solved. So what are the other issues you need to solve? You have to solve it on by one. Okay, before deployment you have to solve the issues. Excuse me. So let's see. So now what are the problems it has? On click is missing type. So we have to, most of the problems are related with TypeScript. You see, on click is missing types. Okay, in button props. So we have the button props over here. Types, types. You see the button props. Okay. So on click, button props. On click is missing type. Most of the problems are related with on click. So if we solve on click problem, and there is a problem is related user on click void button, on click is missing, is loading and on click and form data. 2 or 3 problems it has. So we need to solve these issues before deployment. Okay. So we have solved the on click problem by making the on click optional. Otherwise you have to provide on click everywhere. So on click problem is solved. Now another problem is user is declared but value never read. So we are erasing the, as it is not needed, we are erasing pages admin product, pages admin product, pages admin product. So I am removing users from here as it is not needed. So I hope another problem will be solved, and another is loading. Is loading navigate. Navigate is declared value never read. Navigate, we are removing it. Admin user. Admin user navigate. Navigate is declared. So unnecessary things we need to remove. So by doing some refactor, you can solve this problem. So most of the errors are it's never. You see root state is declared but its value never read. So it's admin product. So admin product root state. So root state. Root state. Have we used any root state is declared? So we don't need root state. And use selector never read. So we are moving use selector. So root state use selector is loading declared value never read. So admin transaction, most of the things are unnecessary. It is not using, that's why they're suggesting us to remove it. So is loading, but whenever you build the app, if the things are unnecessary, you should remove it on the instantly, otherwise it will create problem later. use selector is loading, use navigate, admin user, but never read user, admin user, use navigate. So I am removing use navigate. Another thing is ID is missing in type user. Okay, so go to the user and declare ID. So types user, ID is there. So if you declare ID optional, ID related error is solved. So now we have another errors, and that is loading transaction admin transaction management. So is loading. Okay, I am removing is loading. And another error is string undefined, another user ID is loading order.tsx order. The pages user order, pages user orders is loading. We should remove it. So we need to mitigate another errors, and that is user ID related. You see user ID. So if we have order and user, but if we write like that, if it has user ID and user ID, every problem will be solved. So I think we have no problem at all. So I have showed you how you solve this problem, but most of the problems are very silly. We kept a lot of things that were unused. So whenever you are developing the app, if you find some errors that these things are unused, instantly you should remove it. Otherwise, whenever you build the app for deployment, it will create issues. So I have, but it's not a big issue, big deal. So run npm run build. I hope it will not show any error. So no errors. So I am deploying, I am pushing these things in the GitHub, and you have to solve this error like that way. So after that, if you go for deployment, I think everything will be all right. So I am pushing git status, lot of things, git add, git commit, build problem solved, git push, but git push, yeah, git push, it's done. So if we now go to the Netlify, I hope this time it will solve the error. So go to the Netlify to deploy our app, sites, add new site, import GitHub, authorize, and we are looking for Udemy. Frontend, so main and pm run build, dist, everything will be all right. We need to set the environment variable. So how many environment variables we have? We have two environment variables. One is bit server, and bit server will be this one. So previously we our server was HTTP localhost, but this time you have to give the deployed version. Okay, so go to the Netlify, no slash over here, and we need another thing, that is bit stripe. Okay, bit stripe, and I am giving the value. So as locally it is building successfully, I hope this time it will build in the online successfully. So I am deploying it, but it will take a little bit of time. Let's see what will happen. We hope that this time it will deploy. Okay, so you have to give a close watch to the deployed log. If it fails, it will give you error, otherwise it will deploy successfully. If any errors, you have to mitigate the issues or solve the issues, then your site will be live. So it's taking too much time. What should I do? Should I stop the video and come again whenever deployment is complete, or I make the video longer? What should we do? Let's see. It's initializing. Let's see what about building. Log is very helpful. It's doing great till time. Now issues. It's building. Oh yeah, great. Building complete. Post processing complete. Deployed scheme complete. Boom. Maybe our site will be deployed. Clean up. Deploy file browser dist. So open production deploy. Maybe it has been deployed successfully. Complete, everything is complete. Okay, so where is our URL? Is it on? Maybe this one. Yeah, boom, our site has been deployed. Okay, logging. Yeah, site is working. Okay, so boom. If we go to the shop page, we can add to cart. We have orders, we have dashboard, we have transactions, we can manage users, we can go to the single user. Yeah, boom, our site is fully deployed. Okay, so you can see, I can show you the app. Okay, so I am trying from a different browser. Yeah, it's also working from there. We can add to cart, we can go to the cart, we can increase the item. Yeah, everything is working perfectly. So boom. So what we have learned over here, we have learned the deployment, and before deploying you have to build and run the app locally successfully, remove the unnecessary things and solve the potential errors to get the optimum success. If you can build the app locally successfully, so Netlify will not create any issue. Okay, so app is up and running. So backend is our in the uh, render, and front end is in the Netlify. Okay, thank you very much. This is the finishing tutorial of this course. So feel free to ask me if you have any question. Hope you a full-blown success. If you understand this course, that could be a job landing course for you. So check my another tutorial in the Udemy. You will able to learn a lot of things. Okay. And another announcement that whenever React Right 19 will be stable, you will get the crash course. And along with that, if applicable, I will run the app in React 19 also. Okay. So stay tuned, stay connected. Feel free to raise any question if you have any problem. Thank you very much. See you.